What are you doing with your hedgehog?
Pushing it all around. I love it.
My goodness. Get it.
Lots of keys to choose from, and we're taking the 2020 D-Max. Okay, good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope that you all are having a great day as always, and a happy new year to everyone. I hope that everyone was safe. Don't be driving all drunk. Today we're doing a full tour of the 2020 Duramax, the big girl in white right here. So far, I'm loving it. It's been a great truck. Now, it doesn't have too many miles on it yet. I'm only at like 92, I think, but that's because, you know, with the new year and family events and stuff, we've kind of been hanging out at the house. Haven't had a lot of chances to really drive anywhere. Still kind of a little bit shocking to me. I come out here and it's like, wow, that's really my truck. I really have a 2020 Duramax, and you know, I haven't had a new truck. This is the most modern truck that I've owned. Let's get into it right now. The 2020 Duramax, why I custom ordered it, every feature on it, how much did I pay, and this should be fun. As I'm sure most of you guys know, I did custom order this truck about 2 months ago, and the reason why is pretty simple, because when it comes to trucks, I'm a guy with weird taste. I know everyone always is asking, you know, why didn't you get a high country? Why didn't you get leather? Why didn't you get this? I'm really much more of an old school guy. My 2005 Duramax, that was like a work truck spec, except with carpeting. Other than that, it didn't have anything. It had the cloth seats, nothing, you know, no steering wheel controls, none of that stuff that you could get back in 05. And for my new truck, I pretty much wanted to keep a similar theme. Now, I did want all the new, like Apple CarPlay and Bluetooth enabled. That truck I had to get, you know, a head unit for. So I did want the tech and the power outlet and like the auxiliary switches. I wanted all that kind of cool stuff. I'm just not into the whole luxury truck thing. I'm not into like all the leather. I'm not into like the whole center console thing with like, you know, wood grain and like all kinds of crazy stitching. That's not for me. I'm into like an old school truck. Those reasons are why I custom ordered, because I wanted it. This is a pretty rare option on these trucks, especially if it's not a work truck version. I wanted the bench seat in the front. So this is a seat, it flips up and you have an old school seat, and it's pretty cool. It's got the seat belt integrated in there, and also you have a storage compartment in the bottom. It does lock as well. It's a really cool little compartment, and I wanted the, oh, you got to pull this little thing here. Here we go. I wanted the bench in the front with the center console and this open space right here. I don't like the whole console thing. I just feel like a truck, to me, a truck has 3 seats in the front and you have the open space there. Again, I'm weird. Going back to the leather for a second, as you can see, I did not get leather seats. I got the cloth seats, and to me, I like cloth more for one reason. I feel like it's a lot more durable. Now, the leather is easier to clean, but no matter how much you take care of leather, especially with a truck, when you get in, the seat bolster gets all wrinkled and looks ugly and like everything. Leather in a truck gets wrinkly. It gets dirty, it gets discolored. If you take care of a cloth seat, you can keep this looking brand new for literally the entire life of the truck. Like in that truck, the cloth in there, in my 05, looks brand new. And it doesn't matter how good you take care of leather, it would not look like that after 15 years. That is why I like cloth. For the aux switches, these are exactly what you would think they're for. If you get a light bar, or if you have a train horn, or if you have air ride or something like that, you can hook up all your controls to these buttons, and then you don't have to like drill into your dash or mount them down here or try to find a place to put them. You wire them right into the truck. It comes already pre-wired from the factory. All you do is plug it in. Super easy, and yes, it's going to come in handy for me because, you know, I'm going to be adding some of those things. So that's why when I custom ordered the truck, it was cool to be able to do little things like that. We already got the blanket in for the Bulldogs. They have ridden in here already, and it's pretty simple, nothing really to explain, but I do love the back seat. One of the big reasons for the upgrade to the 2020 for me was because the space inside. We've really kind of outgrown the LLY. It's an extended cab. When we go to the beach and we have our luggage and the 3 dogs, it's really crowded in here, and this is going to be no problem. If they fit in there, it's cramped, but they fit. In here, they're gonna have all the room in the world. We'll have plenty of room for our bags and everything. So this is really, really nice and a huge upgrade for me. It's like a freaking living room. I have more space in the back of my truck now than I had in my first apartment. White is not regular white. It is iridescent pearl white. So that's like I think a $2,000 option. I did get the Z71 package. It gives you the wheels. It gives you upgraded shocks and a skid plate up front, and some other little things here and there like the mats that say Z71. All right, boys, moving on to the goods. That big old Duramax 6.6 liter diesel engine that gives you now almost 1,000 pound-feet of torque from the factory. So it makes this truck is significantly more powerful than that one, and that one's fully upgraded, bigger turbo, injectors, deleted, all that good stuff. This one really just kind of puts it to shame, to be honest. It's it's unbelievably fast. But one other option I did get that's a little bit different is I got the dual alternator package. Another weird option that I wanted that you really can't find anywhere on a lot. So I custom ordered the dual alternator package. You don't really probably need that. Like, the average person isn't going to really need it, but especially if you're going to be doing a lot of upgrades and you're going to be relying more on the batteries, it's a smart thing to have, and it was like a $200 option, so I figured, what the heck, why not? How much did you pay? Well, believe it or not, for everything that I just talked about, everything you get, and you're getting a massive truck with a lot of capability, a lot of power, a lot of tech, a lot of new features, and it's a beautiful machine. The MSRP on all of this was only $65,000, and that's going to be a big part of my comparison between this and a Denali. This was really cheap, 65 grand MSRP. Now GM is offering some crazy discounts right now. I'm not sure if they still are into the new year, but for the end of, I got this literally at the exact end of the year, like 3 days after Christmas I got it. And the discounts were insane. I'm talking like epic discounts. They had like employee pricing, they had GM loyalty, they had all kinds of stuff going on. They even had a program that I got, and they give you like an $800 Costco gift card for buying a new GM. I don't know what the thought process is there, but I'm down. Anyway, so the MSRP was 65 grand, and I was out the door for just over 64, and that's pretty crazy. So in PA we have 6% sales tax on a $60,000 vehicle. That's going to be like 4 grand about there. You have all the fees and everything. You have the destination fee and all that. So with all of that combined, I was still under the original MSRP, free and clear, walking away. And that's a lot of truck and a lot of vehicle for under 65 grand. That is the final tally for what I spent on my 2020 Duramax. On from one diesel truck to another, we are going back. We're switching lanes here. We're going to the LBZ. Now the LBZ, I've been kind of neglecting for a little bit because of the 2020, but it's time to get working on this truck once again. There's lots I got to do, lots I want to do. Gotta get the color matched mirrors painted. It was a little cold for that, but I'm thinking today might be the day, as it's like 45 degrees. And for the big one, we're gonna go ahead and take off these fender flares right here. Now, I don't actually mind back when I took these off, I really hated them. As I've gotten a little older, I don't mind the fender flare look that much, but the bad thing about them is still the same as it was back then. They hold dirt and they tend to make your fenders rust out. I have no rust issues at all on my fenders because, you know, that if there's dirt in them, I spray it out and it washes right out, like there's some dirt and dust. But you can see there's no rust at all. When you have a fender flare, a lot of times the dirt gets caught in between the flare and the fender itself, and then you get rust because there's a little area in between the two that I'm sure you can see, and it's impossible to clean. So for the safety of the truck and the long-term, you know, taking care of the truck long-term, you're not going to want to run flares, at least in my opinion. Some people don't mind them. I think they're bad, and quite frankly, the look is pretty good without them. I kind of like the clean look as opposed to, you know, this big plastic piece. So that's what we're doing today. The other big reason is this right here. We are scraping when we turn. It's rubbing them hardcore, and it's really annoying because all you hear is this cracking noise when it's, you know, the tires rubbing on it, and we don't want that, so we're going to pull them off, and that should give us enough clearance that it's not going to rub. Easy to do. You just get a body pry tool and pull them out one by one. It shouldn't take you very long at all. The hard part is cleaning the adhesive off of your fender once you actually get rid of them. All right, should be able to pull it off. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now see, look at that. You can actually see a big this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at this right here. You'd never know that. So over time, a couple more years, and down there, look at that. Look at that. See that? That's what a fender flare does. Now, a lot of people think I'm full of it when I talk about why fender flares are bad, but this is proof right here why they are bad. You're not gonna catch that happening on my truck because there's nothing to make it rust out. So there's no rust at all. On here, look at what that has done to the paint. And up here is just horrible. So that's gonna be tough to clean. We'll do it though. Now, luckily up here doesn't look too bad. Little rust there, so I'll get this all repainted. You would never know, and that's real. That one's kind of bad right there. So give that like another year or two, your fender would be like rusting out and you'd have no idea, and then you would like, it would fall apart one day and you'd be like, holy crap, my entire fender's rusted. Let's see if we got any hidden rust here on the back. Some rust, but that's really minor. We can sand that and paint that easily. Look at that though, paint coming off. See what fender flares do? There's no point to them. That's what fender flares do to you right there. Now I gotta do all this crap because somebody thought it would be a good idea to put flares on the truck, and by somebody I mean GM at the time, but no big deal. We'll get her cleaned up. Dang it. As you can see, we are back in the garage, and I'm sorry that this video is not longer and didn't have more action in it. I recorded the first part of what you saw, the first, like 10 or 11 minutes. I recorded that on New Year's Day, I think, or the day after, and it was sunny and pretty nice out, and then the weather got really bad, and I got sick. I didn't feel well for the last few days, and I just didn't really, I didn't have the motivation to go out and film. I sounded like absolute crap, and just really kind of didn't work out. So I'm sorry, it's been 3 days without an upload. It's not too long, but I usually upload at least every 2 days or every 3, not with a 3-day period in between. So I'm sorry about that, but I do want to finish off, and tomorrow is going to be a lot. We got a lot going on. The color matching for the LBZ is done. Some stuff for the 2020 is done, which, by the way, how about that video at the beginning of this upload? That truck looks so freaking sick. I posted that on Instagram, and I got like 26,000 likes on that picture. And it's funny how, a lot of people were like, oh, it's the ugliest truck ever when it first came out. And some people still don't like it, but, then you see a truck with relatively minor mods that's really only a lift kit, wheels and tires, and a few little color matched items, and all of a sudden it looks incredible. But I do want to finish up here with a real quick Q&A. I figured I could at least, answer some questions if the video isn't that great and isn't as long as I'd like it to be, because I then got sick after filming that first part. I figured I can at least answer a few questions. And here we go. We're gonna get right into this. With the first one here, what I do is I post up a picture on Instagram and I tell people to ask their questions below, and then we do a little Q&A. Haven't done one in a while. I'll try to make it pretty short. I'm not gonna drone on, and I'll just do it like, not really editing, just going as fast as I can. This person says, what happens if the same person wins multiple giveaways? We've never had that. The chances of that would be insanely low if you're doing it legit. I mean, it would be insanely low. We actually had 2 winners from the same state, and we thought that was like the crazy chances. But to have the same person win, I think that would be just about impossible. Now, I'm not sure the official rules legally. I guess the same person can win, but I don't think you'd ever have to worry about that, because that would be extremely rare. How long has your brother served, and when is he getting the Volkswagen? Not sure on the Volkswagen. He's been in the military since 2005. Are you going to be wrapping the 2020 Duramax in Rapid Blue? That would be cool. I actually kind of thought about that to match the ZR1, but I don't know. Rapid Blue on the truck, would it look good? I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool. We're definitely going to wrap the 2020. That much I can tell you. Is the ZR1 going to be at the PA Auto Show? Yes, that's actually a really good point. The Pennsylvania Auto Show, I think it goes from January 20th to the 23rd. I'll put a link down below. But the PA Auto Show, we are going to be there as always. Troy and I will be there in a little section right next to McLaren Philadelphia. And yeah, the ZR1 is going to be there. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm taking. If not, I might take the Blazer. But I feel like I should really take the ZR1. So yes, the plans are that car will be at the auto show. If you want to come out and say hi, we'll be giving away posters, the usual stuff, and it should be fun. You have said previously you post what is fun for you. What would you do if your fan base started decreasing to the point it was a problem? I've never really thought about that much. I mean, always, like I've talked about on the channel, I do make some decisions. You always have to keep the audience in mind a little bit when it's your job, because like, if I just said like, oh, to hell with what they think, then, I might not make any money, and then I wouldn't be able to do any of this. But at the same time, like if there's something small I can get, like when the audience was talking about wanting an older truck build and I bought this, I can offer that and still do things that I think are fun. So I think it's a balance. If people just got tired of my videos one day, I'm not sure what I would do. I guess I would just keep posting what I want to post. And it seems like I've been on YouTube a long time. I've been on YouTube now for 5 years, and my views have, always gone up and down, like on any channel, like any views go up and down. But they've always done well and been pretty consistent, and it's done well enough for me to continue doing what I love. So I've always just done what I really like to do and try to offer fun content and have fun. So I haven't really thought too much about it. I mean, if it was to the point where like let's say YouTube banned the type of videos that I want to do and you had to do certain videos, I guess I would quit, because I'm not going to do something that I don't like. I feel like that would be horrible. When are you going to ask your girlfriend to be your wife? We're working on that very soon. Very soon, that's going to be a thing. I would say you're all gonna find out. I know a lot of people like to speculate and everything, but that's gonna be a very near thing. I'm 26 now, and getting older, thinking about starting a family, custom building a home for a family. That's why I've kind of been talking about scaling down the cars a little bit, getting rid of the most expensive ones, because I want to divert more resources to the family life. Don't worry, videos aren't going anywhere. I'm still going to be doing all the crazy fun stuff. But yes, that's all coming very soon. Dang it, I lost my spot. Let's see, where are we at here? Try to find a good one. Instagram is so hard to do these on, because it always like mixes up where you're at. Do you think you'll add another supercar to the fleet? Definitely at some point. The Urus is going to be the next like big purchase. We're really pretty 99% sure the Urus is going to happen. I'm really into that car. She loves it, so we're all about it. How much do you pay for insurance a month? That's a good one. So the McLaren is $700 a month. The ZR1 is like $300 a month, so that's about $1,000 right there. Everything else really isn't very much. Everything else is about $300 combined. So I pay right around $1,300 a month for car insurance. And believe it or not, I have a pretty decent driving record. I am over 25 now, no accidents or anything like that. So it's not too bad, it's doable. When the cars are your business, that's a pretty low expense in my book. Now, if I was just a person who the cars weren't part of like my income, I probably wouldn't spend that much, but it's really not it's not as bad as you would think. A lot of people think it's horrible, but it's not too bad. Are you planning on selling the Blazer or keeping it? Definitely keeping the Blazer. I love this truck. It's just a ton of fun. And I think at this point, like, I don't even think I could sell it. Like, who am I going to sell it to? I feel like nobody's going to buy it. Deleting the 2020, would love to. It's very hard now with the EPA, which I think is so ironic, because like, okay, Trump doesn't give a crap about the environment, right? So he puts somebody in charge of the EPA who doesn't even, doesn't believe in climate change, doesn't believe that humans cause climate change, whatever. And you can argue about that all day long. But he rolls back, like the Trump administration and the EPA rolls back tons of regulations for companies so they can start polluting the air and dumping stuff into water and doing everything. That's fine. But we're still cracking down on the truck owners. Like, really? We're going to crack down on the truck owners, that tiny percentage of people who want to modify their trucks, as if like that's the worst thing for the environment. I just think it, like, multi-billion-dollar companies, fine, pollute whatever you want. Guy who's just trying to have fun with his diesel truck, we're going to crack down on you. I just think that's so stupid. But, that's just my opinion. And hopefully, they let up on that. But it does seem to be really hard. Like, there's a lot of shops I know of that have been raided by the EPA and fined big time because they were deleting trucks. And I guess that's a big deal now. Again, I can't imagine why that's where the government's going to start. Like, when it comes to pollution, the guys deleting their diesel trucks, that's so low on the spectrum of things that pollute our environment. And everything else is, they just let that go. They don't even care. But I don't know. I think it's incredibly stupid. Don't like it. I'm going to try to. I'll try to. But it's risky to put it on YouTube. I don't even know the law exactly. Like, how illegal is it? Could I get fined? I don't know. But I would like to delete the 2020 and do full tunes and all that. Would you ever race Parker's McLaren? I would love to. And we should be able to do that at some point if I can make it out to California. I think, you know, his 600 LT is pretty quick with the tune and all, but I think the ZR1 would destroy it pretty easily. Yes, I'm crap talking a little bit. Yeah, leave a comment below. Who do you think would win, the ZR1 or Parker 600? I think the ZR1 would give it the sauce, but that's just me. You can't. American horsepower versus a little British, you know, a little tiny 3.8 liter V8. It's not. Would you and TJ Hunt do videos together when the C8s come in? Actually, I'm not going to talk about that because I don't know what he has said or revealed, but let's just say that TJ Hunt and I have something in common when it comes to the C8 Corvette, and we might be doing some collabs. See, let's get one more good one. I see I'm already at 15 minutes. I know that's kind of long here. If you get drafted into World War III, what's your weapon of choice? I don't know. It's so fun. Like, you know, I feel like countries could be on the brink of actual war, and it's just people are going to be sharing memes about it, which I get it. It's funny, I guess. I don't know. The weapon of choice, I like my SCAR. I think it's a good all-around weapon. The ammo capacity is a little low, and it's a little heavy, but the SCAR's a good gun. It depends on what type of combat you're doing. SCAR's a good gun. Really, any AR is a good gun to use in combat as long as it's reliable. That being said, I would probably choose a riot shield and a javelin. Hope you guys enjoyed this upload. Again, a big video with a lot more stuff going on in it coming at you tomorrow. If you did enjoy, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Take care and have a great night.